What's going on? Back at it with another one. This one's not a review, even though it is kind of a review. It's a review of a conversation that I had with a good friend. And as I pondered and recollect over the conversation, I was like, I need to share this information because there's probably some people out there that have the same misconception as my good old friend. So during the conversation, something along the lines of, can a husband be friend zoned in his marriage came into play. Now we saw things differently because the way I see it and the way I know women, plus a little bit of experience, being married, I said absolutely. Whereas my friend slightly disagreed until we further hashed it out. And I think that might have been able to sway him to the right side of the fence. Now, some of you guys may be on the same side that he was on. Some of you might be on the same side that I'm on. But, like I said, experience on my end of being a husband for almost 8 years compared to his 0 years. And then you compare that, or you match that with the hope strategy and thinking that titles hold weight when they don't, is where I think he got confused. You see, I know there's a lot of men out there that are married that understand that titles hold zero weight, where there may be some guys out there that's not married holding on to the hope strategy, thinking that when I bear that title of husband, I will be the leader, I will be the man, and there will be no questions asked, and there will be no SHIT testing, and she will know her place, and I will know my, like, no. At least not in the Western civilization. Now, I can't speak for other societies, but nothing could be further from the truth in this Western world with Western women. And even if your woman may have heritage from another part of the world, if she has become westernized, please believe she falls under the same umbrella. So, let me explain how I explain to my friend how a husband can easily fall into the friend zone in his marriage if he doesn't reclaim his position. And you have to constantly do this. This is not something that is going to be a one and done. This is something that's going to have to be constantly revisited and re-emphasized in your marriage. You see, women, as we already know by nature, is not right or wrong or indifferent, are emotional creatures. They go through probably hundreds of emotions throughout a day. If they work, they're going through hundreds, maybe even thousands of emotions from the time they wake up until the time they go to bed. And the majority of those emotions are going to come from work. And guess who has to brunt the weight of all those emotions? Not the job. You got it. Dear old husband, right? Now she's going to come home and she's going to unload. Now some women that don't know how to control their issues and anger may unload on you in a way that it's almost as if they try to put the face of the job on your head, and now they're talking to you with the same intensity and frustration that they've had all day at work because they don't know how to displace their energy. Now, that case, You need to nip that in the bud right away. Look, I understand you're frustrated, but your frustration with work has nothing to do with me. You have to just nip that in the bud. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to be an a-hole. You don't have to be any of that. Just literally, look, I understand that you're frustrated from a long day at work, but work is work and home is home. And frankly, I don't have anything to do with those emotions and energy that you have built up from work. Now, if she has any type of sense, she'll probably calm down a little bit, right? That's that instance. But then you have the instance where sometimes your wife will start to speak to you the same way she would speak to her girlfriends. This is where you're slowly entering the friend zone. Now, she starts to speak to you like she's speaking to her girlfriends. And she's just going on and on and on and on and on, right? Now, the longer you allow this to go on, the more she's going to do it. Eventually, she's going to get so comfortable. And trust me, I know. Ask me how I know. Eventually, there's going to be times where she gets so comfortable that she might slip up and be like, girl, oh, I'm sorry. That's how comfortable she's got. That's when you know she's lost her sense of where she's at. She got so enthralled in her story and her emotions that she really thought she was talking to one of her girlfriends. And then she caught herself because she realized she was talking to her husband. You have now been friend zoned. Now, when that happens, you have to immediately stop the story. Hey, babe, I'm sorry, but did you just call me girl? I'm your husband. You got to remember who you're talking to, right? And you don't have to say it once again. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be aggressive, but you have to be firm so she understands that she needs to remember where she's at when she's telling these stories, all right? Second, after a while, you have to be like, look, I know you work 5 days a week, but you can't come home all 5 days and unload on me. Like, I know you got some girlfriends or something that you can talk to, because, you know, first and foremost, everybody else can't always be wrong. You know what I'm saying? And second of all, I don't want to hear it every day. You know what I'm saying? Now, she might feel some type of way about that, but when she gets over it, she'll understand that she can't come to you every day unloading that baggage. That's one approach. The second approach is, now women can't stand this unless they ask for it. When she comes to you and her feelings and in her emotions about what's going on, and you don't want to hear it that day, start to respond to her with logic and reason. It's one thing that emotion cannot stand is logic and reason. So when she's talking to you and she's all built up and she's all fired up, respond to her, and you don't even have to go all in depth. Just real small, short phrases with logic and reason. And I guarantee, if she's not in the mood to hear logic and reason, at that moment, she'll stop. Because that's not what she came for. Now she knows that she needs to go talk to one of her girlfriends, because the girlfriends is always going to hype you up. The girlfriend going to be ride or die. She's going to be ready to fight with you. But as a man, you got to come with that logic and reason. Like, look, like I just said, everybody else can't always be wrong. What about you? What part do you have to play? As soon as you go into those angles, she's done. And now, on top of that, it's like you're coming from a place of authority, because logic and reason hold authority over emotion. And that's how you get your wife to respect and keep you out of the friend zone, at least when it comes to the rambling and the ranting and raving. There's other angles of friend zones that we can go into, but we'll save that for another video. As always, if this video wasn't for you, it was probably for somebody that you know. So please share, like, comment, and subscribe. Be blessed.